Did you know that dairy cows in Canada can produce over 40 to 60 liters of milk per day just from what they eat? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what cows eat in Canada, how their diet is prepared, and why feeding is the most important part of the dairy farm. If you have ever wondered how farmers get such high milk production, this is where it all starts. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, I create content about livestock farming, dairy production, as well as agriculture in Canada. Today, we are talking about one of the most important topics in dairy farming, feeding. Because let me tell you this, a dairy cow is like a machine, but it only performs as well as the fuel you give it. And that fuel is basically feed. So, first, let's understand this. Cows don't just eat grass. In Canada, dairy cows are fed a carefully balanced diet that includes forages, for instance, silage, as well as hay, and also grains such as barley and corn. Beyond that, there are also protein sources as well as vitamins and minerals. All of this is mixed together into something called a total mixed ration or TMR. This is important because it ensures that every bite the cow consumes is balanced and consistent. Let's start with the most important part of the diet, the forages. Forages makes up about 50 to 70% of the cow's diet. In Canada, most of the forages are corn silage, barley silage, alfalfa hay, or haylage. Now, what is silage? Silage is basically fermented plant material whereby farmers actually harvest crops such as corn or barley while they are still green and while they are still at a certain stage of maturity. They then chop them and then store them in silos or bangers where they ferment. And this fermentation process, what it actually does is it helps preserve the feed and makes it more digestible for the cow and also preserve nutrients. But why is forage so important? It is so important because it maintains rumen health or it assists the cow to be healthy. And it also provides the fiber which is necessary to support the health of that cow and also to supply the energy requirements of that cow. Furthermore, fiber also prevent digestive challenges or problems such as subacute acidosis and other challenges such as bloat. Without enough forage, cows can actually get sick from time to time and their production is challenged. Next, let's move on to grains. Grains is also another important component of the diet. This is where cows get most of their energy from. In Canada, the common grains that are used in the dairy include barley, corn, sometimes wheat, and also sorghum, and so forth. Barley is especially very important and popular in places like Saskatchewan and Alberta because it grows well in cold climates and the yields are quite better. But why do cows need grains? Because producing milk requires a lot of energy. It requires a lot of energy to produce that milk. Think about it. If a cow produces 50 liters of milk per day, that's a huge energy demand. Grains provide starch, which is broken down in the stomach or in the rumen of the cows to produce energy. Let's talk about protein. Cows also need protein, which is also an essential ingredient in their diet. Because cows produce milk, they also need protein because milk also contains protein. Furthermore, that protein also supports microbial growth in the rumen, which is important for their health and also for their energy supply. Common protein sources can include soybean meal, canola meal, as well as other sources such as sunflower. In Canada, canola meal is widely used because it is locally available and also it is a cost-effective ingredient. But here is something that is very interesting. Cows don't just use protein directly. The microbes in the rumen actually use it first, and then the cow benefits from those microbes. So basically, in the dairy production, what we are doing is we are feeding the microbes, and the microbes are actually feeding the cow. So it's important for a farmer to get it right and also to feed the microbes adequately and ensure that these microbes proliferate and also they produce efficiently and maximize production. Now, can you also think that even though vitamins and minerals are needed, they are needed in small amounts, and vitamins and minerals are very critical for the health and also for different functions in the life of the cow. These vitamins and minerals can include ingredients or minerals such as calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, salt, as well as trace minerals such as zinc and also copper. They are usually added as a premix, and also the key idea is without a proper minerals, a milk production is going to drop. Furthermore, you're going to have health challenges of these animals from time to time. Total mixed ration is also a key to the success of a dairy farm. Now, let's bring everything together. So basically, what happens is all these ingredients are mixed together into what is called a total mixed ration. Farmers basically use a mixer wagons to combine these forages, and it's also important that all these are adequately combined in terms of the forages, the grains, the protein, and also even the minerals. So, and this also ensures that cows cannot pick or choose whatever they want. So basically, cows have an adaptive behavior whereby they can sort or choose what they prefer more. And basically, when the diet is balanced and also well mixed, it's difficult for the cow to choose these feed ingredients. And it ensures that the cow get a balanced diet in every bite it takes. This is one of the reasons why the Canadian dairy systems are so efficient. Farmers are well knowledge. They understand the diet of the cow. They understand the forages of the cow. They understand the consumption behavior of the cow, whereby they are highly active at managing the cow's consumption behavior and ensuring that there is no feed sorting that is happening. Now, let's also move on to another key important thing that is very essential within the dairy industry: water, which is the most important thing. Water is actually the most important nutrient in the on the farm. A dairy cow can drink somewhere between 80 to 150 liters of water per day. So basically, the idea is that water has to be clean, fresh water, and also it's essential to support milk production as well as digestion and also overall cow health. And on the other hand, water quality can even affect production and also even things such as the cow health. So it's very important that farmers monitor their water from time to time and also understand the water requirements of the cow, and also they budget their water to ensure that they have sufficient water, especially during winter when they are freezing and so forth. So what cows eat in Canada is not just grass. It's a carefully balanced system designed to maximize production, health, and efficiency. If you found this helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, and also let me know what you want to see next. And if you are interested in dairy farming or working in agriculture in Canada, this knowledge is definitely good for you. See you next time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking your time.